For I have learnt, in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me.
He has rallied a little.
Has he named his successor?
Not publicly. Thurlow feels he cannot press him.
Fearing his displeasure, no doubt, should he recover.
Dr. Bate insists there is no immediate danger to his life.
From those faces, I'd say Dr. Bate is either a fool or a politician. Mr. Thurlow, what's your prognosis?
I pray the symptoms are worse than the disease. But I still cling to the belief His Highness himself holds. The Lord has given him assurance that he will yet live to serve him.
The Lord also says to his creatures, thus far shalt thou go, and no further. Am I permitted to see him for a moment?
He will see his friends.
Sir Austin Fletcher, come to watch me die. I shall not die today.
My Lord Protector, with all your people, I pray most earnestly for your recovery, but there is a matter of some moment to discuss.
Man can do nothing unaided, but God can do what he wills. I have assurances of his pardon and love, as much as my soul can hold.
My lord, the succession.
Is it possible to fall from grace?
It is not possible, Your Highness.
And I am safe. For I know I was once in grace. Is it a warm day outside, Mr. Fletcher?
It is a very hot day, my Lord Protector.
And why is it so cold here?
Francis?
Who told you where to find us?
I did. I sent word to Mrs. Neville before we sailed for England, inviting her to join us.
By a miracle, the letter found me. Here I am. Tom, my dear, you look well.
And the better for seeing you. We had a rough crossing, but since, we've been basking in the sunshine.
What is your purpose here?
Personal matter.
I think there's a storm coming. Shall we go back to the house?
Did I not please the General?
I beg you do not play the harlot.
My love.
We cannot sin knowingly like this and expect pardon.
I did not think we were seeking pardon.
What are we seeking? Will you tell me?
We can only seek what is true. I know my love for you is true. If that is not enough, then so be it. We are damned.
It is not hell I fear, with this furtive hell on earth, hiding like whipped dogs for almost a year.
For much of that year we were parted. That was hell on earth for me.
I had hoped, by soldiering abroad, to be rid of myself and set you free. It seems my life is charmed.
If God had meant you to die...
God kept me alive to continue our torment.
To spare my torment if I had lost you. Oh, my love. We cannot continue living like this. It is crushing us. If you want me, I will go with you wherever you wish. I will travel with you and be a soldier's wife. Such is my deep, deep love for you.
This is Sir Austin's house.
Hi. We bought it from Ralph Winter. We may use it at any time.
Will you tell me now your purpose here?
I will. Tell me first of your family.
Oh, there's little to speak of. My father and young brother remain stubbornly alive, while the ghosts of all my loved ones whisper to me in the night. I'm glad to be here with friends.
I have some turnip stew on the coals. I'll go and stir it into life.
What did Lucinda say in her letter that brought you so promptly here?
Nothing. It was a mystery. I wanted to see you again.
My sweet sister is concerned about me.
Has she cause to be?
She thinks she has. For myself, I've never felt so clear-headed all my life.
Tom, if you will still tease me, I will walk from this room, call for my horse, and ride to the nearest inn.
In a thunderstorm.
I'll defy the elements. But I trust you are too much the gentleman to subject me to them this night.
Oh, my dear Francis. Would that I had met you 20 years since.
I had a husband then.
Forgive me. Richard was my friend and a brave man.
Enough of Richard. Speak, Tom, or I shall be true to my word.
3 weeks ago, my steward...
Oh, the mournful Mr. Cropper, one of the turrets of Arns.
I pray you be serious.
I am most serious.
3 weeks ago, he wrote me a letter which told of my sister Anne and an attachment she had formed with Daniel Horton. I, the man who commanded the ambush against us, later appointed Major General to the district, basing himself upon Arnscott. You could scarce believe it. Was Cropper become a gossiping old fool? But the matter was confirmed by a second letter from the housekeeper to Lucinda. I knew Anne's marriage was a pious fraud, but for her to find solace with Horton, the butcher, who made widows of Lucinda and Hannah Jackman. That turns the world on its head.
Mistress, we thought you would remain in Swinford on such a night. Catch your death.
Do not fuss, Cropper.
Sarah, fill a bath for the mistress.
I'm wet too.
What's you insolent girl?
I'm come on a mission of rescue.
Do you not mean revenge?
Rescue of my twin, whom once I loved beyond all women. And revenge, yes. The vow I made on my father's tomb to rid Arnscott of intruders. It's all one to me. I'm come to kill General Daniel.
He will kill you first.
Kill or be killed, as the Lord intends.
Do you plan to do it slyly while he sleeps? It's your only hope.
While he sleeps, aye, if it comes to it. If Anne is not beside him.
What is there honor in that? Tom, if your reason
is in part your love for me to avenge Edward. He was a soldier. He took his chance in the battle. I've long accepted that.
Lucinda's fear is not that my argument is unsound, but my person, that I am so scarred and broken that Horton has but to blow, and I shall fall like a rotten apple.
She may speak wisely.
Say you so?
He has boasted of an open confrontation in his camps, the place where my father fell. And Tom, if it is for Anne you do this, for rescue, she is not worth it. She is a crop-head general's whore, no better than Cousin Susan. She was ever vain and selfish and looked on while our father died.
You dare to speak of her like that? You who have bedded with a king for your vanity!
Enough! Both of you. If that is the Lacey way...
Your pardon, Mistress Neville. It is an emotional contention.
She pleads only for your safety and good sense.
Indeed. And I shall beg her pardon. If she does not first seek ours after the turnip stew.
How do you propose to do it?
You would support me?
If it is not idle, romantic vanity on your part, how should I stop you?
Oh, women. Am I so shallow in your eyes? It is not idle. It is not vanity. It may mean my life.
I see it differently. You have no other life till it is done. I've always known it. The way you speak of your family and your home. And now this man, this Major General whom you do not know, embodies all your rage. One last act of blood.
That brute killed her husband. Don't you know that? And you sit there like a little slut, listening to him outside the door. I shouldn't wonder.
Emma, now that's enough. This is none of your business.
It's all our business. To put an end to all this filth and fornication.
Let her be. Come on.
Trust you to side with her.
Storm will end it all. Trees falling to make coffins. Wash away your tears.
And Mrs. Neville are here in the Great Hall asking for you.
Sir Thomas? Here? Do you make sport with me, Hannah?
No, I do not.
My father's chair. And this is the Fletcher coat of arms. Otherwise, little changed. Indeed, you look younger than ever, sister.
Oh, Tom.
Anne.
Lucinda.
May I present Mistress Frances Neville, who is travelling with me, my twin Anne.
I am pleased to meet you.
And my old friend and tutor, Master Cropper, from whom I have learned all I shall ever know. From books, anyway. How are you, old friend? I had heard disquieting rumours of ill health.
I struggle on, with the aid of a third leg, Sir Thomas.
Where have you come from?
Bristol.
Is it now possible for cavaliers to ride about England?
We came unimpeded. All that is past, surely.
Do you intend to stay here?
For a night or two, we thought. Are we not welcome?
If it is permitted, of course, you must stay. You are most welcome to Anscott, Mistress Neville. And of course, Lucinda is always welcome.
Anne, a word with you in private. Lead on.
Mistress Neville.
Oh, General Horton and I. Lovers. Where did you hear this? From Brussels?
Matters not where. Is it true?
'Tis a slander. Have you come here to accuse me?
I have come to kill the source of the slander.
All this way?
Sister, it is a matter more close to my heart than any other. Your well-being and Anscott's.
Cropper. It was Cropper who told you.
Told me what?
Spread this malicious lie. What else would have brought you on such a foolish errand?
Do not let it trouble you. If it is not true, let it rest. Are you not pleased to see me? Hmm? And to meet my lady?
Your lady?
Mistress Neville. Frances. Widow of Colonel Richard Neville, who died at Newark.
Do you intend to marry with this lady?
I doubt she'd have me.
She is a trifle old. For children, I was thinking.
Children? They're far from my thoughts. Children. Well, Martin is heir to Anscott. How is the lad?
He is well. Growing up fast, soon to go to Oxford.
Trinity?
Yes.
It's a Cavalier college. And John?
He is well.
Busy in London.
Have you heard rumors about that too? John and I.
Is there something you wish to confide?
It is no great secret. We are estranged. No doubt his father informed you of that.
No, he made no mention of it in recent letters.
He does write to you. Frequently. Impossible, man! Does Mr. Thurlow keep no check on such free intercourse?
It is precisely because he keeps a most careful check that no mention was made of you and John. I heard it from another source.
Doubtless.
One no spy master can penetrate. That secret correspondence of heart and mind that only twins can share. I pour myself some wine.
My concern was only for this house and Sir Thomas one day returning. It has kept me alive. And now you say Sir Thomas against a trained soldier with scarcely a mark on him? He must be stopped. Whatever he is planning must be stopped.
Dear Cropper, that's why I'm here. To stop what I most dread. It is Mr. Fletcher's quarrel, surely. What does he know of it?
Well, if he does, he makes nothing of it. He has been here but 3 times in almost a year.
Then I shall go to his father. Is Sir Austin still at Melsham?
In London, I believe.
Francis, I'm riding to Swinford to take the next coach to London.
But, my lady, this is already a hornet's nest.
What shall I tell your brother?
Oh, well, tell him what you will.
Oh, my sweetheart. Grieve not. Invite him to sup with us.
He would not come and eat here with you?
Would he not?
In the great hall, with you?
Invite him even so.
I cannot.
Anne, we must acknowledge the past. How better but through hospitality? Invite him. Invite him. Say a broken old cavalier would break bread with him and chew over the future of England.
have children?
A boy. John, my Lord Protector.
Betty, my daughter, the sweetest child. God claimed her soul this month past. It is against nature for the old to mourn the young.
My lord, there is an Act of Parliament calls on you to name your successor publicly.
Yes, what day is this today?
The 3rd of September, Your Highness.
The day of Worcester.
And Dunbar. 2 of your greatest victories.
My lord, for the sake of England, is it your wish that your eldest son, Richard, succeeds you?
Richard? My son, Robert.
Your son Robert is dead, Your Highness. It is Richard, you mean, surely.
Richard, I declare, my son, my lord, Richard, my successor.
You heard him?
Yes.
Richard. It is enough.
Cannot a man die in peace?
Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm here, my dearest.
I think I am the poorest wretch that lives. But I love God.
And you are beloved by God.
It is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Truly, God is good.
Indeed he is. He will not leave me.
He's Anscott, your guest.
Is my brother.
I know he's your brother.
And Anscott was his home. Are you angry at me?
No, I'm not angry at you. Not at you, but at a state whereby defeated enemies can return at will and mock their victors.
I do not think his mood is mocking, but in deadly earnest.
He seeks me.
Yes.
Then I shall come to him.
I shall sit here. I had assumed it so. Mistress Fletcher on my left. General Horton beside her. Mistress Neville on my right. Young Martin, and a place for Lady Ferrer, should she honour us. And I wish for yourself, Hannah, Skinner, and Emma also to be present, and plenty of the best Burgundy.
You have taken over my duties, brother.
What an idea.
I should overrule you.
I was born half an hour sooner.
You have never let me forget it.
Mistress Fletcher, both of you look beautiful.
Tom, for all our sakes, I beg you, let there be no public scene.
Is that what Anne fears? You seem to have become friends.
In happier times, we should be good friends.
Fear not. I shan't carve the villain in front of you and mistake for a side of beef. Whatever is done shall be done discreetly.
Grandfather?
I gave no instruction. Cropper?
Mistress, I gave them. Banquo's ghost, eh, Cropper?
Are you mad?
Our father will give no offense. In the shadows. General Horton! Welcome to Anscott. Once again.
Sir Thomas? Mr. Fletcher. I bid you good evening.
Wine for the General.
John, sorry. But working for Mr. Thurlow, I felt sure you'd hear. And we're just choosing to shut your ears to it.
Anne is free. It would have surprised me greatly if she had not found somebody.
Oh, but General Horton.
And Tom, you say, has come back to defend the Lacey honour.
Lacey. It is the Fletcher honour. She is John's wife. Will you do nothing? John, you are a cuckold. Well, is there not a law that adultery may be punished by death?
You would have me hound my wife to death?
Horton, I mean. Horton is the guilty one.
Both are guilty. I too, perhaps, by neglect, morally at fault. Your concern is Tom. Rightly. But I submit to you, and be not angry when I say this. There is something between twins that others cannot penetrate. It was ever so between them. And explains, in part, my difficulties sharing her. I submit that this is Lacey business.
How convenient for you, John. All is resolved while you sit easy in London.
Easy is hardly the word for London at this present time.
Lucinda, I am a servant of the state. I have more weighty things on my mind than a faithless wife.
Oh, well, what more weighty things?
Well, have you not heard? Does the news travel so slowly?
My husband died of his wounds at Newark.
Did you fight at Newark, sir?
No, my boy. Elsewhere engaged? In Yorkshire, I believe, at that time.
Do not speak of fighting. Martin, tell the General of your scholastic achievements. The boy is soon to go to Oxford.
Another of Master Cropper's triumphs. He got me to Oxford, where I first met your father and introduced him to your mother. So it is down to Cropper and his diligent instruction that you're here at this table at all, Martin, about to follow in our footsteps.
Young Martin inherits his father's brains. He has been a joy to instruct.
Unlike his Uncle Tom, as I remember.
I was a scholar at Cambridge.
Cambridge?
With our Lord Protector.
Oh, he was a little before my time.
We are divided then by education, by the pen as well as the sword.
My father, my husband, and all my brothers were at Cambridge, at St. John's College.
Your mother is right, Martin. I was no great scholar. It is another Oxford I remember more vividly. Did Cropper venture into recent history? Did he tell you of Charles Stuart the First and his valiant nephew, Prince Rupert?
Did you, Master Cropper?
Quiet, husband.
All that is ancient history.
Not so ancient.
No, Sir Thomas, the classics. Stories of ancient Rome and Greece. The Trojan War we studied.
Achilles, stung by the death of his favorite Patroclus, rousing himself from his tent to slay Hector, the mighty Trojan hero.
Then Paris slew him.
Caught by the heel, which the gods left unprotected.
There are lively wars being fought abroad. Why, this very summer our Lord Protector Cromwell sent a force to Dunkirk to fight with the French against the Spanish.
The Battle of the Dunes. You were there?
Yes. I fought with the French commander, Turenne.
I too. For Charles Stuart with the Spaniard.
Well, who won the battle?
The French.
You lost again, Uncle Thomas.
Battles may be lost, Martin. I have won and lost a few. But I have never yet lost a war.
That is a matter for debate.
Fathers, even, may be killed. But while sons live on...
Tom.
Look behind you, Martin, at your grandfather. Look behind you! Did Cropper ever tell you how he died? Did he? Or your uncle, Edward Ferrer? Or our bailiff, Walter Jackman?
Tom! How many have you slain? How many widows have you left?
If it's known and we sit here eating with him. Hannah, don't.
Why not in
God's name?
Well, you rise, General. Are you leaving us? More wine for the General.
If you have something to say to me, Sir Thomas, let it be said privately, man to man.
I have nothing to say to you.
Mr. Cropper, I think we have finished.
Ladies, gentlemen, sir, I beg you to pardon this intrusion upon your company. But I have a most urgent letter for General Horton.
My friends, it grieves me to have to announce the death of our Lord Protector, Oliver Cromwell. We have lost our captain, our shield. May God have mercy on his soul.
God have mercy.
His work is done. May God be with his people.
Amen.
Amen. Sir, will you not stand with us?
The tyrant is dead. Long live the king.
Mr. Fletcher, my presence is required in London. I must leave immediately.
Skinner. He'll see to it, mistress. Come on.
Mr. Neville. Master Fletcher, I'm sorry to have to leave you on so sad an occasion.
God must have his own plan to cheat me of mine.
The other occasions for us, sir, trouble me not now.
Not here, in this doorway where your crophead slew my father. Once I believed our quarrel could be resolved on a battlefield. But there are no more battles. Merely treachery and deceit. The enemy lie in our beds now. Adulterer, General. See, Lieutenant, what I have done. Will your master now slink away, protected by affairs of state?
Tom, curse you, devil!
Be sure, sir, I shall answer you in my own good time.
Now, sir! Now! You answer me now!
No!
Or I brand you a coward before your lieutenant and your mistress!
Is it manly to take advantage of a wine-besotted fool?
Call me a fool if you will, but I'm stone cold sober.
Then it must be settled.
No!
I cannot leave for London till first light in any case. I'll dispatch this tiresome business first.
At dawn.
But away from the house.
I will show you where.
Your second?
My bailiff, Dick Skinner.
Is not an officer, a gentleman, the custom?
He was a quartermaster of horse in the King's Commission. He was at the siege of Arnscott. As worthy, I dare swear, as your young lieutenant here.
Love, I beg you, if you love me...
Oh. Is this Achilles' heel? Is our general grown soft with love?
Speak not to me of love.
Do you not love me a little?
If I were to choose, it would not be you. For your vile behavior.
Our father, then? Sleep well, my angels.
The place?
It's Shepherd's Hill.
Where my dear husband was killed. And would you go with Sir Thomas and see him butchered too?
I have no choice,
Oh,
woman.
leave him be to sober down.
This used to be my house. Just me and Walter. And our child?
That's past, for God's sake. It's ours. Go away.
You had your chance once. With Cromwell, our Lord Protector. You could have spared us all the misery of the years.
What are you saying?
Go and do it now, while he sleeps.
You're mad.
Dick, prove yourself a man.
Don't listen to her. It's bad enough you have to go and witness it.
Do it. Do it for Walter, who you wronged. And Sir Martin and all the others. Do it!
Stand for it! You are mad. Give me that.
They should have drowned you for a witch instead of poor Rachel. You leave my husband alone.
Lily-livered, the pair of you!
My God, I thought he was going to kill us.
Not that one. Kill him and his regiment on the spot. That'd spoil his lips for kissing, but he'd spit it out at the taste. That's for stopping babies. That's the one you want.
What'll it do?
Burn his belly out, nice and slow.
It's not enough.
You want to do it cunning, don't you? He's an important man. Don't want him to come looking for you, girl.
How much?
2 drops. Two, I said. Now let it stand. 5 minutes.
Francis, if I survive this small adventure, I shall ask you to marry me.
Oh, Tom.
You cannot be surprised.
I think I am not the wife for you.
Who is? I've proposed to foreign maidens by the score, have always been chased off by their mothers. You have no mother. Marry me.
No.
But we amuse each other. We're friends. We're both alone. I can still rise to the occasion. To carnal thought, at any rate. How can you possibly refuse me?
Tom, I have loved you these 3 years or more. I've hidden it as best I could. For many reasons. The memory of my husband. And you are Sir Thomas Lacey. This house may one day return to you, and you'll need an heir. And I cannot give you one.
You're sure?
Quite sure. So, you see. Tom, no more.
You nag me already.
come to bed.
To bed?
If we like it well enough, and I am not in several pieces, we shall be married the day after tomorrow.
My love, will you come to bed with me? No.
But here? In this house? I cannot sleep, my love. You go.
No.
I would be alone.
Come, Skinner.
Aye.
Let us dispatch this business.
Taking no surgeon. No conveyance for the wounded or dead.
Skinner will send for someone.
Anne, I should like to go after them. Will you not come with me?
You cannot.
I must. Forgive me.
Are you ready, General? When you are. Lay on.
Look out!
Stand back, boy.
I did not touch you.
No, sir, you did not.
You're sick.
By whose hand?
Not mine. I swear by all that's holy. Would I have this moment taken from me by a trick?
To someone of your family. I am sick in the belly. Cannot fight on. Finish it. Boy will not speak. Say it was a fair fight.
No.
Honor satisfied. Say it, man.
No, I cannot.
For Anne, damn you! For your sister.
You have cheated me.
I cheat. I'm giving you your victory, damn you! I'd kill you now if...
My sister's husband.
Aye, what of him? He was a soldier as another, as you and I. What of husbands, fathers, sons in war? Finish it, for pity's sake. Would you have me die in agony? No! Well, 'tis done. God have mercy.
I've seen and heard and shall speak. He was poisoned. I shall tell them all what happened.
You've seen nothing! 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 No!
What will you tell her?
What I saw, that the general died honorably and bravely. Is that not the truth?
If that's what you saw.
General Horton came to sup with us. He and Lieutenant Otter were riding back to Swinford in the early morning when it seems they were set upon.
By whom?
Believed to be some cavaliers, sir, roused by the death of our Lord Protector.
They have not been found.
Little chance of that, sir. I discovered the bodies later in the day by Shepherd's Hill.
This supper. Was Sir Thomas Lacey present?
By chance, he was.
There will be an inquest, Cropper. Has the coroner been told?
I understood the military in Swinford were quite satisfied.
Where is my wife?
In the parlour, sir. She has scarce moved from it since the tragedy.
Tom and Mrs. Neville.
Left early this morning, my lady, for Bristol.
Anne, I'm sorry for you, believe me. There's much grief at this time everywhere. Cromwell. I'm informed by Mr. Thurlow, no less, that should Charles Stuart take advantage of our confusion, I'm a dead man myself. For whom are you weeping?
For all the dead men.